How's everyone doing? Peyton Snakeback here again for another DVD and Blu-ray update. I know. It's been probably almost 2 months since I did uh, a video like this. I know I'm just so fucking slow with these videos nowadays. It's been like crazy busy. I have like something that's going to be happening in like probably within the next month. Can't really share much about that, but we will talk about that in the future. But I got 13 movies here. I got 6 DVDs and 7 Blu-rays. As usual, I'm going to talk about the Blu-rays first, and then the DVDs. The first one here I got, this is one I went and saw in theaters, and I have to say, I love this movie. I think, was it? Yeah, it was actually an original story based on Stephen King. This movie was crazy, but it was called That Is the Monkey here on Blu-ray, and it's directed by Oz Perkins, who previously did Gretel and Hansel and Longlegs, and it's mainly about this toy monkey, and basically if you like wind up this toy monkey and if it plays the drum, someone ends up dying. And that's basically what happens in this movie. It starts off with these twin brothers. They I think their father died, and they go into like his closet and they discover this toy monkey, and they end up playing with it, like winding it up, and their I think it was their mother. Their mother ended up dying, weirdly enough, as this monkey was playing the drum. And like they're just like convinced that this evil thing has something to do with the monkey. It was pretty good. I really love this one. For features, we got behind the scenes featurettes, funeral programs, and trailers. But really, really awesome movie. I highly recommend it. The next one I got, this is from Scream Factory. I'm starting to watch some of these Scream Factory ones I bought. And this is one I had on DVD. I actually reviewed on the channel like years ago. I had it in like a 4-pack. I honestly thought this movie was pretty cool. It's a TV movie, I think, and it was actually written and directed by John Carpenter. And it's a movie called Someone's Watching Me here on Blu-ray. Stars Laura Hutton, Adrian Barbeau was in it. Charles Cyphers was in it as well. From the Halloween franchise. It's a TV movie and about this woman. I think she's kind of like a radio show host or something, and it's mainly her. She thinks that she's convinced that like someone's actually stalking her, and of course she ends up being right. Like someone's like sending her like all these like gifts, and a guy keeps like calling her and all kinds of like craziness. It's kind of like there's like someone is stalking her. She's trying to figure out who it is that's stalking her. Really, really cool movie right here. I totally forgot how fun this movie was, but I enjoyed it. For features, you get like a new 2K scan from the film. You get some interviews, audio commentaries, and some TV spots, radio spots, TV promos. But yeah, really, really dug this one a lot. The next one, this is one, I've heard of this movie, but I've never seen it until now. It's a pretty interesting movie. I think, no, it's an Italian movie, but of course I watched the English version, but it was a movie called Torso, here on Blu-ray from Blue Underground, which I believe this is a one from, I think they also released this from Era Video, if I'm not mistaken. But this is a movie basically made in 1973. And it's basically about this murderer that's going around, like, in this, like, white ski mask, like, taking out, like, all the women at this, like, at this college one by one. It's kind of on this campus at college. And it's them trying to figure out who's doing this. And it's mainly in a way kind of like a whodunit kind of like thing. It's kind of like them trying to figure out who this person is, and like the serial killer is on the loose and everything. But really, really cool movie right here. And it looked really good on Blu-ray too. Not gonna lie. The next one here, I actually just finally got down to watching this Blu-ray. I actually bought it since it came out, but I still have not watched it until now. For some reason, it kind of doesn't really hold up as much, but I still like it. I still like it. But it was a movie called The Watchers, though, on Blu-ray. And this is actually directed. M. Night Shyamalan is the producer, but it's actually directed by his daughter. Which I have to say, though, I think she can actually take on his legacy in the future, because this actually did, in a way, feel like an M. Night Shyamalan movie, and I think she did a good job directing this one. Did she write it too? Yeah, she wrote and direct. So like, yeah, she can like take on his legacy in the future. I would think. But I do like this cover, by the way. It kind of like has that cover for like, doesn't it kind of like have that like Silence of the Lambs kind of like cover, like when Silence of the Lambs put out their promotion back in the day. But it stars Dakota Fanning, and it's mainly her, and it's mainly her in Ireland, and I think she's going to deliver this bird to her sister, and as she's driving, her car ends up breaking down, and she's going into the woods for help. And when she goes into the woods, she sees this building of some sorts, like in the middle of the woods, and she goes in, and there's three other people in there talking about, oh, you can't go out there because like the Watchers are out there. If you go out there, the Watchers is going to get you. And of course, she's thinking, oh, they're just nuts. And she goes out there, and of course, there are actually some sort of creature or like these Watchers out there, and it's her trying to figure out how she's going to get out there alive, and save the other people. But really, really cool movie right here. We got we got featurettes right here and deleted scenes on this one. Very cool movie though. The next ones here I got. These ones, I like the show. These were ones I got I got from the Goodwill. But the thing is, it's a cool show, but but they've made so many, kind of like with CSI. Like they made so many like spin-offs nowadays. I don't even know how many. I think there's like 8 spin-offs now. I did already watch my season 1 last year and review that. But we have like The Walking Dead season 2 and The Walking Dead season 3, both here on Blu-ray. And it's mainly kind of like, of course, the Walking Dead. Like the zombie apocalypse. If you guys seen the show, you guys know what it is. Kind of like the zombie apocalypse that's happening. Yeah. And the last one here I got was we have a double feature here. This is one I might take to the Goodwill. It's a double feature here of the Invoking and the Wicked, both here on Blu-ray. I did kind of like the Wicked. I only like that one because Devin Werkheiser, from Ned's Declassified, was in that one. And of course, co-host with my good friend Lindsay Shaw. So yeah, we got the Wicked and the Invoking. All right, now on to the DVDs. So there's only 6 DVDs here to talk about. So the first one here I've been finding some good stuff at Goodwill lately. This is one I didn't really need, but I still got it anyway. But it's Cops Too Hot for TV, volumes 1 and 2 here on DVD. So it's basically, of course, you guys know Cops. Cops is like the reality show showing like footage of like arrests is made, like drug addicts getting arrested, and they do like prostitution stings and all that. This is basically like footage of like some of the footage of some of the episodes that were uncensored. So like the uncensored versions of like certain stuff they were not allowed to put on TV, and it has 2 volumes too. Like we got Cops Too Hot for TV, Busted, and we got Cops Too Hot for TV, Busted Big Time. It was pretty interesting though. I kind of enjoyed the set. The next 2 I've been finding some of these ones lately. But we got 2 VeggieTales DVDs here. We got VeggieTales Esther, the Girl Who Became Queen, and VeggieTales Rack, Shack, and Benny, both here on DVD. Of course, this was a show I grew up as a kid. Like, I think me and my mom's favorite one was probably the Madame Blueberry one. So, but this one right here was mainly about like them trying to find this new queen, and the girl Esther. You know, she's one of the chosen ones that might be the new queen, and you know she doesn't want to be the queen anyway. But of course, she's crowned for queen, and like all kinds of stuff is happening. Really cool one. And the other one was Rack, Shack, and Benny. This was like I think it was Larry, Bob, and Junior. Basically, all three of them. They work at this like chocolate bunny factory, and you know they have like all these long hours. They don't want to work there anymore. Um, this was another cool one. I grew up with the old ones. This was another one I grew up. I think there's like at least like three others I need to grab. The next one here I got, and I just if you guys haven't watched that video I posted about a month ago, I got the complete series on Amazon, and of course the new series, the revival series just came out last week. We got King of the Hill, the complete first season here on DVD, and of course, everybody knows King of the Hill. It's, Hank, Bobby Hill, Peggy, and it is Bobby's cousin Luann. Basically about all the stuff that happens. Kind of like in a sort of a way. It's kind of like Full House, but like an animated version of Full House. In a sort of a way. If you guys know what I mean. It's a really cool show. I totally forgot how fun the show was, but really love it. You get this one right here has 13 episodes, but I remember at the time like the first 6 seasons were out on DVD, and there was like that gap for like a very long time that the rest of them didn't come out, and then all the films put the rest of them out, and they only put one of them on Blu-ray, which was season 13. But I really love this show. Really amazing. The next one here, I didn't watch all of them. I only watched the first 2, but I feel like I may just get the that box set that came out at some point. So, but I got the Tremors, the 7-movie collection here on DVD. And honestly, when I got this, it was actually the first time I even watched any of the Tremors movies, and I only watched the first 2. And from what I've watched, they were actually pretty good so far. Like, it's all 7 movies in here. It's a pretty interesting DVD set that I got. So like, I think there's like a Blu-ray version of kind of like something like this as well. And of course, like we got Tremors 2 Aftershocks on disc 1, and then disc 2 has Tremors 3 Back to Perfection, and Tremors 4 The Legend Begins. And then we got Tremors 5 Bloodlines on its own disc. Tremors A Cold Day in Hell on its own disc, and Tremors Shriekier Island on its own disc. Pretty interesting set right here, but I really enjoyed the first 2 movies that I've watched, or the ones I've watched so far. Pretty cool. And the last one here I got, and I think I may just have to find a bootleg or something to get the other seasons, because I think they only released like the first 3 on DVD and Blu-ray. But I got iZombie, the complete first season here on DVD. This is one I got a little while ago from the Big Lots right here. Pretty interesting show. But I just really hope that they, like put the complete series out one day, because it is pretty cool, I think. But that is it for this DVD and Blu-ray update. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.